Hello everyone and welcome back to the Marketing Empress. Today we look at another digital marketing concept, that of conversion rate. Now let's be practical. If I were to ask you, why do you advertise? There has to be some end goal that you plan on achieving. So when it comes to the Marketing Empress, for me the end goal is to get more number of subscribers to my channel. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, pause the video and go ahead and do that right now. But every business, be it any blog or any YouTube channel, will always have some amount of conversion or some end goal that they plan to achieve. It's crucial to note that this conversion may not always be with respect to sales. It can be any and every goal that they plan to achieve through the consumers visiting their website or their channel. So the question arises then is, what is conversion rate and how do we calculate the same? Before we start answering this question, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification icon so that you do not miss out on any content that gets uploaded on the channel in the future. So without further ado, let's get started. So through this video, we will cover the following pointers on this topic. Number 1, what is conversion rate? Number 2, how do we calculate conversion rate? Number 3, what is the importance of conversion rate? Number 4, how can you track your conversion rate? Number 5, what is a way to optimize your conversion rate? And lastly, what is a good conversion rate? Let's start with the first one. What is conversion rate? Now, a conversion rate can be defined as the number of people who visited your website and accomplished a particular task divided by the total number of people who visited your website. Now, if we take the example of the Marketing Empress. On the Marketing Empress website, I have a subscription form given for my weekly newsletter. So my conversion rate in that case will be counted based on the number of visitors who visited my website and the number of visitors who actually signed in or provided their details in the subscription form. Next, let's look at how do we calculate conversion rate. Let's take an example of Amazon. Let's say hypothetically they get 200 visits per day. Now I'm sure they must be getting a lot more than that, but let's make our calculations simple as of now. So out of these 200 visits, 50 people buy something. We can calculate the conversion rate as 50 divided by 200 into 100, which is equal to 25%. To put it in a formula, as per Google Ads, the formula for conversion rate is as follows. Number of conversions divided by number of total ad interactions. It's important to note that these rates are taken into account for a specific period. So what is the importance of conversion rate? In the end, it's all about the measurement. You need to know whether what you're doing currently is working in your favor or not. And how do you determine that? Through your conversion rate. If I know, for example, that my subscription forms are not getting filled or are getting ignored by my consumers, most likely or not, I need to change the placement of the conversion or the subscription form. That might help me improve my conversion rate. The important way in which conversion rate actually helps you is it helps in determining the perfect advertising channel for you. So let's take an example. If I were advertising both on Facebook and on Instagram, my conversion rate will help me determine which advertising channel works better. Next, let's understand how can you track your conversion rate. Of course, your conversion rate needs to be analyzed using some tracking tools. We can take the following tools under consideration. Number 1, Google Analytics. I have a complete beginner's video tutorial on Google Analytics. If you haven't checked that out yet, you can find it in the digital marketing playlist on my channel, or I'll link it somewhere up there so that you can access it easily. But for the sake of this video, let's see how does that help. Google Analytics serves as one of the best platforms to track your conversion rate. It gives you exact details about the leads that you've acquired and also helps you get a better understanding about the demographics and psychographics of all the people who have signed up for a particular thing or have converted in some way when it comes to your brand. Number 2. Using heat maps. Now, for those of you who have heard the term heat map for the first time, let me just give you a basic understanding of what a heat map is. A heat map basically tracks the eye movement of a visitor on your website. Now, say for example, a visitor comes to the marketing Empress. A heat map will help me determine where is his attention span most focused on. Where do his eyes actually grab attention and which parts of the website are completely ignored. Lastly, surveys. While a survey may or may not be useful for any and every business out there, it does make a lot of sense to have certain surveys incorporated to understand the conversion rate better. For example, you can always ask questions like, how did you find us? Or how did you find our website? Now that gives you a better understanding of where the conversions came in from. Now let's move on to understanding what is the way to optimize your conversion rate. It's extremely important to understand how can a company optimize their conversion rate. And while each and every company out there would want every visitor to convert, this may not be possible in the real world. So it makes a lot of sense in understanding what are those drivers that lead to conversions. And most importantly, understand what is it that you're doing incorrectly that is avoiding these conversions. Now, if your conversion rate is not good, it can be any of these two things. Number 1, your website design is difficult to understand and consumers find it difficult to navigate through. The other reason can be that your consumers are finding it very difficult to get what they actually want out of your website. So, your website is not in sync with what the consumers want or the visitors want. And both of these things can be worked around with. Let me show you how. Now, the process of optimizing your conversion rate involves coming up with hypotheses that can help you determine what can possibly go wrong or what has already possibly gone wrong and what has worked in your favor. The next step is for you to test these hypotheses using A/B testing. Now, A/B testing is a concept that I will be covering in detail on the channel in the future. But for the sake of basic understanding, let's figure out what A/B testing is. In the form of A/B testing, what a marketer actually does is that you test 2 pages of your website against each other with your visitors and try to understand which one works better or which one works in your favor the most. It's also critical to change your conversion goals over a period of time. Always be on the lookout with respect to what your competitors are offering. Are they offering more discounts? Is the product that they are offering more relatable to the consumers? Or just in case of anything new that they are offering, what is it that is making them stand apart from what my offering is? And answers to these questions will be critical in determining whether your conversion rate improves in the future or not. Lastly, what is a good conversion rate? Now, conversion rate vary across industries and specific sectors. So, if I were to give you a specific number or one size fits all, it may be very difficult. So, it makes a lot more sense to research as per your area and your sector to get the exact figure that you're looking for. However, the average conversion rate on Google AdWords is 2.70% on search network and 0.89% on display network. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something out of it. This, of course, was a very basic overview of the concept, and there are a lot more details involved in understanding this particular concept. But this information is enough for you to get started. If you like this video, make sure you'll hit that like button, Share the same with your friends and subscribe to the channel. This will motivate me to make such videos for you guys in the future. Until next time, bye bye.